Hi there. It was suggested to me that perhaps the Inside NCECA session might be a little bit better if it was a video report. So I've taken that suggestion, and here you go, my first ever Inside NCECA video. So thank you for joining me. I'd also like to thank everybody who took the survey. I have here today for you a few questions that were brought up, or comments that were brought up from the survey, and I'm just going to answer a few of these. So let's see, the first one. Target more full-time potters. So this is actually one that I think is really interesting, because I do think that the conference has been doing a better job of targeting full-time potters as the demographic has shifted to having more full-time potters as part of our organization. So the main thing that needs to happen here in order for this to happen is more full-time potters need to actually submit proposals for presentations. Because all of our conference content, well, most of our conference content is member driven. It's submitted by our membership and then selected by the board. So, great suggestion. Let's get some more presentations out there. Let's see the next one. Oh, I like this one. The app was pretty amazing. I used it a lot. The blog was very well done too. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Let's see, next we have the conference app was only available to those who own smartphones. I have an iPhone and it was impossible to access the app. The conference app was actually available for iPhone as well as Android, and there was also a web app, and I believe that that will be continuing next year. So watch for that, and whoever this was, if you have specific questions, feel free to email me at communications@nceca.net if you had specific problems. I'd love to hear about them. Printed guide has been better in the past. App is glitchy and not user-friendly. I'm sorry to hear that you felt that way. Oh, the app was the best. Everyone seemed to be using it. Please keep that going for next year. No problem. Computers at registration desk were painfully slow. Yes, I agree, they were. So basically what happens is when you're at a convention of any kind and everybody is on the same Wi-Fi network, it slows everything down. So, or even on like an AT&T or Verizon network, there's only so much bandwidth that's available. So unfortunately not something I can do a whole lot about other than to say, I know, I'm sorry. Let's see, we were told that the presentations that were full would be available for viewing online, but so far I haven't seen them. Will you let us know when they are available? A lot of them are available. A lot more are coming. Check the blog. Oh, here's a good one. I have a number of suggestions for the app. Too many to include here. Is there a place for app design feedback? Yes, please. You can email me at communications@nceca.net. That goes to both myself and the NCECA Communications Manager, which is Candace Finn, and we will forward that to the actual company that does the design work on the app. Let's see. Every time I asked staff a question, especially about locations on Wednesday, no one knew the answers. Okay, so here's a little insider tip for next year. NCECA staff are always wearing these really awesome button-down shirts that have NCECA embroidered on them that I'm really, really jealous of and want one of. Hint, hint. Board members have tags that say board member or executive committee, depending upon which part of the board they're on. And then there's volunteers that have a little green tag. They probably are not as informed as a board member or an NCECA staff member. And then the people that are working the registration desk are typically temp agency workers. So they probably could tell you where the nearest restaurant is because they're likely local to Providence, but they probably can't tell you a whole lot about NCECA programming. So just remember that next year, that if you're looking for answers, find someone that has an NCECA shirt. Most of the time that'll be Kate or Jacqueline or Tammy Lynn. Those are the ones that you'd probably talk to near the registration desk. Or find a board member at the NCECA table or booth. Let's see. Thank you for posting videos online of some of the most popular presentations. This is the first year I haven't been able to get into a number of sessions that interested me, so I appreciate the opportunity to see what I missed. Thanks. And if anybody's interested in helping get conference content online, right now I'm the only one doing it, so that's why it's taking so long, because I have kids and a family and a job that I have to work. App could use some work. Talk to me about it. Communications@nceca.net. Have registration available online up until the day before the conference, not stopping the week before. Very inconvenient and longer lines. So the reason that advanced registration closes is because all of those badges have to be printed and shipped, and honestly, our NCECA staff usually leaves to be on site in Providence by Monday morning. So if we have registration up any longer than it is, those things don't have time to get done and shipped there. So unfortunately, that's just kind of a logistical issue, and I don't know if there's a way to improve it. If you have an idea, email me, communications@nceca.net. It would be better if the website, catalog, and app were all updated together so information offered was the same on all. Amen. Yes, this is so true. Unfortunately, all three of these things have different interfaces that we have to get the information up to, and that's, again, not something that I've been able to find a solution to. The catalog is printed, and the publication date for that is January, I think, 20th-ish. So that's the most likely to have errors at the time of the conference. And then the website and the app have separate uploading as well. So that would be really great if we could do that. And again, if you have an idea, communications@nceca.net. Receiving the conference guide prior to the conference would be very helpful. Yes, it probably would be. But here's, like I just said, the conference guide gets sent to the printer around January 20th, and then they print it, and then they ship it to the site of the conference, depending upon whether it's at the beginning of March, the end of March, the middle of March, whatever. That date varies. But if we have to mail them out in advance, that just backs up the date. And when we're working with maybe 60 to 100 presenters that have to send in their information for things and check it and make sure that it's right, and all of that stuff has to happen, you're just moving the date back further and further. So that gets to be challenging. But I think that there's a possibility that that conference guide as a PDF could be put up on Issue, so you could actually flip through it. I don't know if you're familiar with Issue, and that might be something that we could do. I'll look into that. Bylaws should be changed so that it isn't possible for someone to register as a member but end up as a non-member by the time the conference happens. Membership should end on December 31st each year, and then this would not occur. Actually, I think that it would be more likely to occur if membership ended on December 31st, because you can register for the conference on, let's say, December 1st, and then your membership expires on the 31st, and the conference isn't until next March. So right now the way membership works is it's good for a year from whenever you do it. So if you always register for the conference at the same time, and you always renew your membership when you register for the conference, and you always come to the conference, then you're good and your membership will never expire. And as long as your email address is correct in the NCECA system, you'll get a renewal reminder about a month before your membership expires. So if you're not getting those, you might check to make sure office@nceca.net is in your whitelist. If you don't know how to do that, email me, communications@nceca.net. I wanted to register in advance, but I do not have a credit card. Is it possible to register in advance without a credit card? Is there a way of connecting with a real person online or by phone to ask questions about the conference? Yes, absolutely. You can call the NCECA office, and you will probably get Kate or Jacqueline or Tammy Lynn on the phone, more than likely. One of those three. Could be Dory or Candace or somebody else, but it's probably going to be one of those three. Or you can email me, communications@nceca.net, and I'm happy to answer your questions. For the conference guide, I think a more extensive insider list of local restaurants and places to visit close by would be nice. For instance, I wanted good local seafood in Providence, but could only find pricey restaurants, which were good, just not what I was looking for. It's a vacation for me, but I'm sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. I bet it would be better for you to find these things than Google. Why, thank you. Sometimes I think I am better than Google. I actually did have a really, really great food blogger and location blogger for Providence, and her name was Lauren Skelly, and she posted just a ton of really great information up on the NCECA blog prior to the conference. I don't know that that's something that we can get into the conference guide just because space is at a premium when you're talking about printing things, but we can put a lot of stuff up online. So if you don't already follow the NCECA blog, it's blog.nceca.net, and leading up to the conference, I think there's usually new stuff up there pretty much every day, starting in January, and try to keep it pretty fresh throughout the rest of the year also. So if you don't want to miss things like this, that would be a good place to go. And if somebody wanted to put together a food guide, like a little PDF of it or something, I would be really happy to talk to you. So email me, communications@nceca.net. Let's see. I thought when I signed up online that I was signing up for the conference and renewing my membership all at once, but when I arrived, I was told that I had only registered for the conference. In the past, I believe conference registration included membership. That seemed easier, for me at least. Yes, I get this question so much because it did change about maybe 8 years ago. And here's why. Because we have student membership, transitional membership, regular membership, international membership, and then there are the corporate and the gallery and the institutional memberships and the premium memberships. So that's, I think, 8. And then you can register for the conference for a day pass for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. You can register for the whole thing, and you can do all of those at either the student rate, the transitional rate, the regular rate, or the non-member rate, which of course you don't want to do. So that's, what do I think? I think 6 or 7 different ways to register for the conference times 8 different membership levels. So that would be, what, 56? If I did my math right, somebody can check me on that with a calculator. So that'd be 56 different options to register for the conference, which stops being easy. So that's why that's separated out, so that you can mix and match. So try to keep that in mind when you're registering for the conference, that you do want to also register and become a member, because you do get that better conference rate, and you also get the journal, and you get discounted rates on merchandise and entries to shows. So it's definitely good to be an NCECA member, and I'm working on other things too. Let's just stay tuned. Conference guide seemed more a venue for ads than useful to carry. Than useful to carry. It was too big. But y'all rock. I wonder what it would cost the org to reconfigure the guide and the journal, moving all ads to the journal, or a mid-year mail pub. First of all, thank you, my dear Southerner, for coming all the way north to Providence. I think y'all rock too. All y'all. So yes, the conference guide has a lot of ads in it because, quite honestly, the ads pay for it to be printed. So if you want the conference guide to be free, you got to deal with the ads. And honestly, the people that are putting ads in there, you should support them because they're supporting NCECA. So I'm a big fan of the commercial exhibitors and the nonprofit exhibitors. Anybody that places ads in the NCECA journal or the conference guide, thank you. And I'm sorry that it makes it so big, but it's worth it. Please use local people as the escorts on bus tours who know even a little bit about what we're going to be viewing and a little about the area. Need more accurate information about tours, and the length of time for the tour was listed differently in 3 different publications. Stops with multiple galleries should be listed on a map and given to participants. I totally agree. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm sitting here in lovely Lawrence, Kansas, which is about 40 minutes from Kansas City, and Kansas City is where the next conference is. So, Paul Donnelly, who is our on-site liaison, and I have already been chatting about the bus tours, and we're working on correcting a lot of things and making it better. Not correcting, making it better, improving. We're going to improve the experience. So stay tuned. Yes, I realize there were some challenges. There were some canceled bus tours, and there was some wrong information. And if you're in the Kansas City area and you want to help make the bus tour experience awesome, send me an email, communications@nceca.net. You guys tired of me yet? Okay, online access to complete NCECA guide to better plan sessions. Well, this is great because I kind of already answered this one. So yeah, we do have the app online, so that's great. The NCECA app has actually got a web access version, and it has all of the information about the conference, and you can do the schedule building and all of that great stuff right there. But I think also we could get an actual PDF of the conference guide up online once that has been sent to press. I think that that's probably something that's doable. So stay tuned. I'll keep you posted on that. The conference app didn't have enough information. The map of the resource hall didn't identify which vendors were located in what spots. It actually did, but it was kind of hidden. So, and just for knowledge for next year, I create a video for the app every year, and it goes up on our YouTube channel. There was one this year, And in order to find that information, there was a little teardrop thing at the bottom of the app, and you had to click that, and then everything popped up. So it was, like I said, it was a little hidden. It kind of threw me for a loop at first also. So next year when you're downloading the app, be sure to check the YouTube channel, Watch NCECA on YouTube, and there will be a video talking about how to use the app and any new features. So we are working on developing the app and making it better always, every year. So thanks for your suggestions, and I'll see you next year.